Like a climber pitching their tent on the side of a mountain, this rebuild wouldn't be easy. The owners bought for the view and were after ease of living for 4 generations of a family who visit often.
Carl, we see many spectacular entrance halls on top building, and you start to realize that it's actually the most important space of the house because it really sets the tone for the whole home.
Absolutely. I believe that the experience of any home should be communicated from arrival. The site was incredibly difficult in the first place, being a narrow site on a steep slope, and the architects had to arrange to dig into the site in order to put in the lift shaft and the stairwell. As a result, the hardscaping at the street entrance was such that we needed to soften it somehow, and the living green wall and the pergola that we did above helped to soften that feel.
You've used some interesting art. I've never seen granite used as artwork before.
Yeah, in sourcing for the house, we came across these pieces, and we had communicated in our 3Ds to the client that we wanted 3 art pieces here. So we decided that nature's natural artistic flair was probably one of the most amazing things to do. But having these mounted on the wall with the stainless steel frames proved to be a real challenge for the engineer and for the joiner.
The change of shape from a room of straight lines into the spiral staircase is introduced by the subtle curve of this LED bulkhead. From there, the granite treads are supported in a steel frame, which hangs by a series of stainless steel tension cables. These are suspended from a lotus-inspired skylight.
Okay, I like the way you've continued this feature wall right up to this level, almost through the floor.
Yeah, the oak cladding here was a great device to help conceal the scullery and laundry behind, but at the same time the curve mimics the curve of the staircase and it leads us into the guest loo behind.
And the guest loo looks like an art installation on its own from over here.
Yeah, the light fitting from Bronze Age, the bronze chandelier was a custom for the job, along with the bronze basin that he created as well, and that sits atop an amazing underlit white onyx counter.
And if that view doesn't give you a reason to do the dishes, then I don't know.
Isn't it fantastic? Yeah. The kitchen is a welcome and open space. For the client, it's the heart of the home. And it was important, obviously, to capture the view on arrival from the staircase as well.
It's really cool the way you almost walk directly into the kitchen. And
Absolutely.
then it links beautifully to that other space. It's very social.
Yeah, we linked the kitchen with the living space intentionally with this angular social counter. And we anchored it with this beautiful brass patinated column by Bronze Age.
It really picks up the light so beautifully, it kind of pops.
Kyle is a champion of top local talent, like industrial designer Charles Hoped.
We're loving your work.
Thank you. With this, we work quite closely with Kyle and his team from an initial sketch to create this beautiful backlit LED screen that creates this amazing ambience, especially when the light's a little bit darker. We have brass sheets that's laser cut, so we had to take his sketches and redesign it a little bit so that it can actually work with the process. And after that, we actually had to finish it with our patination techniques that create this beautiful coloring that you see on the surface. And then with the chandelier, it's an existing chandelier that we've made before, but we actually had to customize it a little bit for the space. And we also thought it would be great with mimicking, the branches of the cherry blossom tree.
It's an amazing material to work with. It's got kind of this like magic glow. In the movie, we open up the treasure chest and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, brass is an amazing material. It lends itself to a lot of different types of finishes and different uses, and it really can enhance a space.
The panel was necessary as a backdrop to this recessed space, which was a result of the lift shaft that we had to introduce into the building. And the dining area, out of the way of daily life, as you can imagine, most casual meals are served at the social counter. It was a great way of creating a focal point for the dining room, but setting it apart from the daily operation of the room. In the living room, we used pieces from a couple of local designers, the Howard Hughes coffee table from Aidan Bennett and the nesting tables from James Mudge. They both exhibited that same sort of aged brass that we'd used in the fixed features from Charles, and we thought that to accent that, the midnight blue that we used for the sofa and in the rug was the perfect contrast.
The top floor is proof of a couple who know that at least one key factor in a long, happy relationship is each having a space they can call their own.
So there are 3 distinct areas on the upper floor of the house. The suite on the far side is a more masculine approach. There we have an open plan bathroom with a beautiful steam shower, glass fronted so that you can appreciate the view through the bedroom. And we used a more masculine palette there in greys and golds, and the custom joinery in the room, including the curved headboard, which fits beautifully into the sort of curved promontory of the suite, was accented as well by the cupboards. And we had to create a set of steps for the faithful Dashan to be able to get up into the bed. The study boasts an incredible view, as do all the rooms on the upstairs section of the house. And the client's only non-negotiable when it came to the study design was that he wanted his chair that he was used to. We separated the bedroom area from the dressing area with this cabinetry detail in between, but in order to translate and transfer the light through to the dressing area, we used this laser cut brass paneling again with a stylized lotus pattern, which gives a more sort of sensual and feminine feel to the room. The little bedroom lounge that's in the corner of the house enjoys probably one of the best views. It's a great place for relaxing and reading a book in the afternoon. And leading on from that is the bathroom, and there we have the bath actually hanging in a little promontory of the building overlooking the pool deck, and it has a completely resort and spa-like feel.
And the carpets are very different. The carpets, because it's not carpet.
Yeah, this is a quartz carpet product. We love the fact that it has a seamless flow, and amazingly it has an incredibly soft feel underfoot, much like a carpet.
Yeah, so you're doing it because it's practical, because of the pets. You don't have to clean. It's
Absolutely.
easy to clean and everything, but
Absolutely.
it doesn't lose that nice feel underfoot. That
Totally, yeah.
carpet has.
You can still pad around barefoot here without worrying about it being hard underfoot or cold.
The design is subtle and never pretentious, and artist Katia Baptista was commissioned to reflect that in the paintings she created for the house.
Katia is great because you give her the color swatches for each space you want art for, and then she kind of works around that.
Absolutely, we enjoy working with her because not only does she engage with the client with us, but obviously we can give her our color swatches, and she produces something that the client feels invested in and that works with the interior space.
Great. Now, can we please ride the elevator down?
Absolutely, let's go.
Waiting the whole day. Yes.
The owners enjoy their privacy, but are also sociable. And with their family now extending to great-grandchildren, Kyle made the outdoor areas safe, fun, and water-wise.
This really completes that lovely resort picture, doesn't it? Under the gum trees of Signal Hill, you got the ocean over there. It's just a picture perfect.
Yeah, we wanted the pool area to be a continuation of the Braai Lounge inside. And although the client was fairly exhausted after the construction process, once we presented the 3D images of the area, they were keen to go ahead.
The water restrictions in Cape Town must have dictated the way the pool was built.
It was one of the deciding factors, in fact, that we wanted to reduce the size of the pool, and in fact we reduced the capacity by about a third. We also installed rainwater tanks at the rear of the property in order to capture rainwater, and the pool was filled by ethically sourced non-potable water.
Coming together in time for a 70th birthday party, after nearly 50 years together, the owners know how to live and party in style.